Addison.
So I want to thank you guys so much. I want to thank. Sorry. I don't even know what that was. I want to thank you guys so much for joining us for our walk today here at Chapman University. We're really excited to have you guys with us. The whole idea with these walks is that we're trying to demonstrate, not just demonstrate, but actually prove through our actions that great things can be done through simple decisions, through simple actions. Wow, that wind just came through. We spent some time in Africa making this record, The Walk, a couple of years ago, and what we were so struck by, it wasn't our first time to see people struggling with poverty, because we've been lucky to travel the world and see a very different perspective. But what we were so struck by was how, guys just like you, people of our generation, young people, their kids, are really the ones that are most affected by the challenges of AIDS and extreme poverty, and the way those things work together are just crippling to communities across Africa. There's been a lot of talk from different people about big issues that I think make you feel like you can't have a role to play in making a difference. And the challenge in Africa is something that our generation, something that right now in 2008, we have the opportunity to face, because it's something that it's never been before. You have 6,000 kids orphaned every day from AIDS. You have millions that have died. You have a whole continent in Africa that is struggling with extreme poverty, with unrest in different countries across the continent. And at the same time, we have all of us with all of our cameras. And I'm saying that it's funny, but I'm saying that we have all the opportunity to use our voice, to use our actions, to translate action into real change in simple, tangible ways. The decision to act, that's the hardest thing. So what we're doing on the walk today is we're talking about how we can face huge challenges like extreme poverty and AIDS for people that are just like us, struggling halfway across the world, by looking at simple, tangible things we can do, not on the side, not one day when we succeed, but today. We are committing as a part of this walk, that as a part of our business, as a part of our tour, we're making good on what we're asking you guys to do and taking action. We're going to give $1 for every mile that you guys walk today, everybody that joins us, because you chose to show up. That's the most important thing. We want you guys to know the most important thing to do, and the hardest thing is to actually show up and be here. You're going to choose how those dollars get given. Whether you want to help drill a clean water well, build a new school, provide a new pair of shoes, provide access to medicine for mothers with HIV. That's your decision. That's how you're going to use your action. But the power of these walks is the fact that we only have 6 feet between the three of us. 3 of us have 6 feet together. I just said 3. I'm just kidding. Anyway, we have only so many feet. Sorry.
Anyways.
We only have so many feet between the three of us, but together we have thousands, maybe even millions of people, bare feet, people with ideas, people with the ability to take action. And that's what you guys are helping us do today. The walk so far has been about taking action in simple ways, and the goal in this tour was to begin the process of walking around the world. You guys aren't just walking in Anaheim, you're not just walking here at Chapman University. You guys are walking around the world. We've walked more than 12,000 miles so far. And there's people just like you guys that have taken up the banner of the walk and are continuing to decide to organize and host their own walks, which we'll tell you more about before we finish this thing. But what's really inspiring to us is the idea that this is not something that just 3 crazy guys in the band Hanson can do with you. But this is something that's just about a gathering of people ready to use their actions to make a huge difference. So we want to thank you guys for walking, and we are going to also remind you, this is a barefoot walk. So everybody that's got the shoes on, I want to encourage you to take the shoes off. The reason we walk barefoot is because we need that little reminder that we already have the things we need to make a difference, and that there's a lot of things we take for granted that we don't think will make a difference. Last year, the first goal was to partner with a shoe company called Tom's. Anybody have Tom's shoes here? Yeah, that's awesome. And through people just like you guys, every one of those shoes that you held up, that means a pair of shoes was given to a child in poverty in Africa, for the ones that we were helping to support through these walks. And the idea of that one pair of shoes, meaning another pair of shoes is given, that's what we're talking about. One for one, simple actions that will create true change. Those 50,000 shoes that we helped Tom get last year were because individuals one at a time said, I'm going to buy a pair of shoes. Just like these walks, we're walking around the world not because we have extremely long legs, but because we are people coming together, walking 1 mile at a time and building a bridge to create change and action through you guys' decision to show up and walk. So this is a very, very cool thing today. You guys ready to take the walk? We have a lot of people here today. It's awesome that you guys are with us. Please be careful. Who's going to walk barefoot? I want to see your hands. I want to see those hands. So be careful as you're walking barefoot. We want to have a safe, nice walk. And we're also going to be trying to be respectful of Chapman campus. You know, if people walk up and say, you guys are acting out, just be nice and say, you know, so I guess you don't want to help kids in Africa. Okay, we're going to get up to the front. Let's kick this thing off. Woo!